Hello and welcome to the Chronically Online Podcast, episode 17. This is George and
James.
And we're two marketing professionals who like to talk about marketing, brands, opportunities within marketing, memes, and general geeky, nerdy things that we're both into as well. I'm going to start this episode with something cringe, my friend.
Oh, with a banger.
I'm going to play it against the audio of the microphone so you can see. And yeah, I was like, I got to make a note of this one. This is Tesco, okay?
POV, your neighbor can't stop chatting about his frozen contract price with club card prices. POV, your neighbor can't stop chatting about his frozen contract price with club card prices.
What?
POV,
What was the
your
ending?
neighbor
Was
can't
that like a
stop
logo?
chatting about his-
There's this weird zoom in, zoom out.
Yeah, we'll put it like, oh no, wait, go on. It ends with the logo. Every little helps. Yeah. It's so...
What millennial was in charge of making that? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry.
such a perfect example of someone who's like trying to copy a generic... I didn't even know what format that would be called. It's like, it's just
It's
combining...
just TikTok text to speech.
Yeah,
But like,
with the word POV.
they've perverted it.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
You sick corporate bastards. What have you done?
Yeah, do you think anyone other than like people who
I'm sure
make memes saw that and thought it was cringe? Or is it just because...
I'm sure no one saw that, if I'm honest with you. I guarantee that was a paid ad, was it not?
Look, I don't think it was a paid ad.
Or was it not sponsored?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, see, it was so much worse.
Yeah, it's...
So much worse.
Yeah, right.
Team Tesco's sin bin right now.
Yeah.
That's not what they do. Especially because, let me have a look at that again. That is in Instagram size format, and you're doing a TikTok like video style thing, and it's a 1080 by 1080,
Square.
and that's not even the Instagram size anymore. It's 1080 by 350. So you fucked that up twice. What are you doing?
Yeah, let's keep breaking it down why it sucks. All right, and this is why this is not punching down because it's fucking Tesco.
Yeah.
So this is why I feel no guilt in looking at that and saying that's a bit shit because it's Tesco. Right?
And maybe, who knows, the original idea could have been what it was supposed to be. It could have been good.
Yep.
And that's what happens when it's watered down by corporate culture.
Yeah, this looks like it's been...
off.
Yeah, it's had like a lot of people creating this. So, I mean, one of the things that struck me is that it's just putting their product up front and center. It's putting their service. Like talking about the frozen contract price with club card prices. Like what even is the subject of that meme? Like...
Is it
like
what contract is in phone contract?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, it's Tesco's mobile.
Yeah, because it's talking about like it's a meme to kind of highlight their product. But that doesn't even make sense because POV, your neighbor can't stop chatting about its frozen contract price to the club card prices. Is that trying to say that their neighbors are actually doing that? Because
no one's neighbours is doing that.
Exactly.
Don't try and pretend people are talking about Tesco's mobile.
Yeah, this is one of the things that just has no connection between the viewer and the piece of marketing here. It's like no one would actually look at that and go, that's relatable. Like, no, they wouldn't.
I've been there at the big Tesco's, right? And the really depressing corner of Tesco's mobile looks at you and you go, it's not that bad yet. It's not that bad yet. I'm not going to Tesco's mobile. Ain't nobody talking about it, bro. Please be self-aware. I beg you. If you're going to be on social, ain't nobody talking about that. There's 5 comments on there, and I guarantee you none of them are good.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the comments. What they're saying. So click the comments. I left because the coverage was horrendous in Scotland. Yeah.
The Highlands have spoken.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, something else I hate is that like they put the logo at the end as if, haha, you've been watching a Tesco production. Logo.
Oh, you didn't know. Authenticity.
Yeah. Authenticity. Yeah. It's a photo.
Gross.
Is it even a photo? I think.
Well, it looks like that might be from maybe a YouTube ad or a TV ad.
Maybe.
And it looks like it's cropped in a little bit.
It does.
That is the only explanation for this tomfoolery.
Yeah. It doesn't look like a kind of proper video either way. It looks like it's taken from like a mouth-altering AI thing like this.
It's not native. You've used also the oldest version of text-to-speech. There's so many different versions now that are popular and currently being used. There's so much better tools to make that happen. 11 Labs being one of them, and a lot of native tools within TikTok and CapCut. It's just bad. It's just bad all around. And I know you guys know better. I know you know better.
Break it down further. Who is the audience for this, do we think? Who's the intended audience for this piece, do we reckon? Because it's...
No one.
Yeah, no, we just hate it. You're so
shame,
depressed.
It's a shameless ad.
Yeah.
It's the thing I despise most
yeah.
around how social is treated organically. Because when I said that must be a sponsored ad,
Yeah.
I said that because that is almost the only excuse for, one, that kind of direct plug, and two, that they thought they were blending in. Because you see a lot of the paid ads that try to blend in but clearly aren't. Because someone high up who doesn't understand TikTok culture had the vision of direct selling on there and made someone change something that would have made it native if it was ever native to begin with. And it's just an egregious example. I see it too much. Too much.
Yeah.
And brands with much more potential as well. Tesco's mobile needs to be just as self-aware as the Utah motorway patrol that we talked about in the last episode.
Yeah, do more of that.
That were just doing word art, like eye over R memes about how the freeway is closed.
Yeah, I mean, I reckon the conversation would have gone, hey, I've got this, let's take this meme thing a bit further. Let's do a really abstract, crazy, over the top, just like the Transportation Board of Utah did. Take a look at this. Conversation would have gone, no, that's a bit too far, young social media manager.
Yeah.
Let's do the safe option that we do.
Yeah, my only guess is that possibly the Tesco's mobile account doesn't have the correct resource behind it.
Yeah, maybe.
Internally, because you see that often where you've got subsections of the brand, you've got one social media manager and you've got 5 sub-brands to look after. Yep. They're not going to get the attention they deserve. It's going to get briefed in the studio and not be quite right. But again, that's the fault of the brand, not prioritizing it. Because also there's so many deep fried meme sounds of the really, you ever heard the really loud Samsung notification of the that. There's so many different stupid memes you could do with that.
Yeah.
So much situational comedy. And I'm sure the social media team has had that in their head. I mean, we've all seen Currys and how they've killed it.
Yep.
There are even examples in mainstream industry now of how to do this properly. And then you still see that shit.
Well, you know what? I am going to, at some point, I'm going to have a look at other stuff. Okay, they jump on other memes. I don't know what this one is actually about.
Oh, God, not what the 10-year-old eye and mouth meme that Ryanair did when TikTok first started, started to pop off in 2020.
Yeah.
That's done!
This is me being very judgmental, but these people, they look, this is judgmental as fuck, but they look young enough to be into TikTok, if you know what I mean. This is not...
Young enough to be into TikTok and be into videos, not old enough to make the decision on what goes out.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
That is always how it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I just can't get over the worst thing to me. The absolute worst thing is just that they're saying, here is our product and service shoved into the script of a meme.
We need to get
no
the SpongeBob sound cued in here.
Yeah, we do.
That gets an official big stink from me.
It does. It's your neighbor can't stop chatting about his frozen contract price. What? It's just...
Do you need a sick bag?
Yeah. There's nothing to it. It's just here is our product in the blank template of a...
Yeah, and it might seem like we're overly judging one post, but we see this so often that it's a microcosm of bigger problems, bigger issues. Shouts out to that viral meme about replenishing the soda. Have you seen this?
No.
It's Jewish family fighting over what I assume is a Christmas or holiday period, and the mum shouted at her son about not replenishing the soda when he had some and he's had too many. She's like, "God damn it, Danny, I told you to replenish." And the dad's jumped on us immediately and go, "God damn it, if I told you anything, I told you to replenish." And they go on for 10 minutes and it skips to him calling his brother, the son's uncle, going, "Listen, if you went into the basement to get a soda, what would you do?" And he's already clocked on. "Oh, I'd replenish." Nice. He's like, "Well, what the fuck, Danny doesn't replenish?"
I'm going to look that up.
And the last thing on the video is, "This is a microcosm of bigger things." And that plays in my head consistently, bro. I love it.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, so moving on.
Replenish.
From the meme kind of observation section of the podcast to the kind of marketing.
Roasting,
Yeah, the more kind of general marketing news or update or just things we've noticed a while about the world of marketing.
Aye.
And today... Adam Mosseri, the head of Instagram, who genuinely one of my favourite people to follow.
Our Lord and Saviour.
Yeah, and I don't like to say heads of tech companies. Often we don't like to.
No, he's probably the most honest one you'll get.
That's it. It's the honesty, from what we can tell. But yeah, I'm not necessarily platforming him, but it's the honesty. He does AMAs, I think, every Friday. So every Friday,
he's consistent. He's always just down to earth. It's not overly produced. We love it.
Yeah, imagine if you could ask a question to any kind of social media platform or any platform at all, that is being run by someone. You could ask a question to their boss. That's what Adam Mosseri does. He says, hi, I'm the head of Instagram. Ask me any question every Friday, and I will answer the best one.
Yeah.
And he doesn't avoid the hard ones. Oh, no.
He addresses it.
He addresses the tough questions. I think, did I talk about, on a previous episode, he said, he got a question, something like, do you ever get punched in the mouth for what you did to Instagram? And he answered that question. And he was like, no, I don't get punched in the mouth. But yeah, we can't please everybody. And that was it. Like, it's just so honest to kind of see that.
You have to.
Yeah.
If he tried to run that page and ruthlessly avoided any negativity, it would be barren, I think. No one would care.
Yep. Yeah. Well, here's an example of that again. So what he did was he talked about the new feature that Instagram are gonna introduce, or maybe they haven't introduced it, called a map. I think it's kind of...
I haven't seen it yet. Probably US rollout to beta subscribe results for handsets, sorry.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's kind of Snap Map, pretty much. I think it's like taking a leaf out of Snapchat's
Well,
book.
they took many leaves out of Snap's book.
Yeah. What, like general features?
Well, yeah, I mean, Stories was a Snap
Oh,
thing.
there we go. Bloody hell.
That was the OG theft theory.
Yeah, Jesus.
I mean,
I've forgotten that.
Yeah, Meta couldn't get any more blatant. They've stolen everything.
Yeah.
They stole Reels, they stole Stories. They haven't come up with something original since the whole thing got made.
I think you're right.
Even Facebook was, MySpace was first.
Yeah. Yeah, wow, I think you're right.
Steal like an artist, folks.
Yeah. Yeah, well, here's an example of, them taking it from Snapchat, sorry. And someone asked the question, what is going to happen with maps on Instagram? And without even being prompted about whether it's a useful feature or not, he just answered by basically saying, yeah, I don't think many people are going to use this feature, but we put it in anyway. That's pretty much the message of his reply.
With the amount of services that Meta does offer now, I kind of get that. And I kind of get why that wouldn't even be an issue to say. Because the only person he's really going to get in trouble with is Zuckerberg. And I don't think Zuckerberg's now, a fighter of free speech. So I don't really think he'd care that much. And I think he's right. They test a lot of stuff. I mean, a feature us marketers like, but no one knew existed. Instagram guides.
Yeah, God.
I miss Instagram, guys. It was a good way to organise content and make it a bit more Pinteresty. Again, a direct steal. But there's been lots of little things that just come along, die off. And to be fair, taking the approach of probably no one's going to use it might actually make it a bit cool.
Yeah,
people might check it out by his complacency.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the strategy. It's a bit of reverse psychology for y'all, but
that's clever.
I doubt it was even thought about that much, to be honest. But because I doubt the core audience of the new hip kids actually watch Adam Mosseri's Ask Me Anything. That's for us lot. Yeah. But no, I just rate his transparency, to be fair. And they got to test new stuff.
Yep.
I just wish they wouldn't steal everything, but they got to test it.
Yep. No, I totally agree. That's the thing about this point that I'm making is basically a head of a tech company that just answers these honest questions, answers the hard questions. So I do want to see what this maps thing is now. Now that he said that, I'm like, okay, why is it shit? What do you mean no one's going to use it? I want to use it. Yeah, what's wrong with it? God,
to be fair, I wasn't a big Snapchat user, but I assume if you're, because most people's home base is Instagram.
Yeah.
So if any feature could have the potential to take off after the last few they've tried, because they've had like community notes, for instance, you might see above people's stories, things like that. I'm not sure how much usage that gets, or they've got groups and communities now within Instagram. I know that gets usage from content creators to build their fan bases in, versus taking them off platform to something like a Discord or something like that. Yeah. Or Telegram, WhatsApp, whatever happens to be. So that it could have some potential, because if you're on IG sending memes, just do a little, where is everyone else? Why is that guy in Switzerland? It's just one of those ones. It could work. It could work.
Yeah, interesting. Worth trying. Worth seeing.
If we get it, that is, because often a lot of these things don't make it out of the States and make it here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Or Brazil. I remember that Instagram was trying things in Brazil for a period. I remember that.
Different markets, man. Yep. Different markets. I remember we were working with an international client for a while, and they were like so dead set on Facebook, and I was like, why? Because I think a big portion of their community / audience was in the Philippines, and it was absolutely massive.
Okay.
And like, it's our bread and butter, and I was like, good gravy. Different strokes for different folks.
Yep. If it worked, then that's all good. Nothing wrong with that. So I'm going to be keeping up to date with Anniversary's Friday AMAs, but I still watch
He's worth a follow for anyone who doesn't, even if you're not a marketer.
Yeah, I like it a lot. And the last geeky point that I want to chat about. Geeky things is what we do every single episode, and today, talking about a crime that has been committed by James Gale, and that is about Skyrim and Oblivion. Please explain yourself.
Okay, it's probably like my hottest game take, right? When Skyrim first came out, and it's been remastered, like 10 times at this point?
Yeah.
I did not care for Skyrim. It insists upon itself.
Yeah.
And this is, I've talked about this in previous episodes, I struggle with first-person RPGs, where you create your own person. Maybe this is lack of imagination on my part, but I find it hard to get invested in something that's sometimes too open world, and when I create like my own character. Because there's no, when you start off, there's no story substance to that individual yet.
Yeah, true.
But there will be if you invest time in, and it's a very rewarding experience. But I'm not sure I've ever finished a RPG where you just make your own character and you do your own thing. Right. And I struggle with Skyrim's open world because of the traversal. A lot of walking, a lot of trying to figure out how to get around this mountain pass and make sure I quick save before I absolutely clark myself down it. And I got to a certain point and I just the juice is not worth the squeeze.
Yeah, sure.
However, with the new Oblivion remake that came out, went straight to Xbox Game Pass, like we talked about last episode. I know, I was straight on it. I started testing it, and although I could tell it was a very faithful recreation, it had a lot of things that made it old and janky, still in it. The start of Oblivion sucked me more in story-wise than Skyrim did.
Yeah, okay.
I think there was this point where Skyrim got memed to Oblivion. That's the title. Skyrim got memed to Oblivion because it was always you're awake. That
it was the phrases.
Yeah. It is and I think because I didn't get in on the initial hype and actual playing it authentically the first time, it just became nothing but a meme to me.
Yeah.
And that first initial sequence of the dragon coming down and you escaping it, I was like, I've seen it so many times in other places. It was boring.
Yeah.
But played Oblivion for a little bit. That actually made me jump on Skyrim, the remastered version, which again was free on Game Pass. Xbox, sponsor me, please. But I actually found that I enjoyed Skyrim more than the Oblivion remake, and I'm now fully invested.
Wow.
And I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure what brain circuitry changed up in there, but I just started playing it properly and tried to immerse myself in the world, started talking around to people more, because I think back when I was I think I was used to, that was the mindset I was in, the only way to describe it is the Ubisoft mindset.
Yeah, okay.
I was in the Assassin's Creed story bit, go here, fetch quest, follow quest, you follow orders. I think I was too much in that, and I didn't allow myself the creative freedom. I didn't think, what if I talked to that random NPC? Because I've been trained to ignore all NPCs that weren't my initial target.
Just follow the arrow that it gives you.
Yeah, I think I was so drilled in, I was so hypnotoed into just going after one fetch quest to another that I was just I wasn't living, man.
Yeah,
Nice, so now I'm old and mature. I can play games like that now.
You want the freedom. Yeah, that tracks with what you were saying as well about God of War, that you love the God of War remake.
Yeah.
Because in that, it's so upfront. Oh, you're a demigod. Instantly you go, oh, this guy's a demigod.
Yeah,
I
you
totally
get into the
he's
action.
A huge character.
The story's also good, though.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, linear story games have always been my preference instead of open world story games, because I felt like I didn't have the guidance. Yeah. And my attention span was gone, and it didn't. But this time it just clicked when it didn't before. And I need to do some research, EKG studies, all that on my brain, figure out what changed.
Yeah, you need to Ivan Drago and Rocky IV. This is what you need. You need to be trained on the treadmill, just analysing your brain patterns as Skyrim.
Dragonborn training, mate.
Yeah,
just out and foos into the ether, seeing what changes.
Yeah, think about now. No, you're right. Skyrim, even with that epic intro, right, of the dragon, there isn't really much story for the main character in that scene. The storyline for the main character happens when you're a couple, 3, 4 or more hours in, and you got to go up to that monastery to see the monks.
See the Greybeards, which is what I've just finished doing, and they've just sent me on a mission.
Right.
But I unlocked more of the story by ignoring what I was supposed to do first. And when you first get into, I think, is it River Run, Riverfell, something like that? Whiterun, yeah. And you first see the Jarl, right?
Yeah.
Instead of doing immediately what the Jarl tells me to do to find that dragon stone, whatever, I spent a little bit of time trying to figure out, I was like, how the hell do I do magic? because I said to myself, I'm not going to YouTube tutorial this.
Oh, cool.
So that challenge I set myself almost added the fun part in. And I just started, if it was an open house, I just walked into it. Because I think a lot of games train you to never bother to interact with houses because you can't go in them.
Yeah.
But in Skyrim, most places you walk up to with a door, it says either lockpick or you can go in, right? So I went in a place and you can join the companions. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. But these lot seem like mercenaries and I've got a shite sword. I need a good sword. Then I was like, how the hell do I figure out my magic? And then trying to figure out how to learn magic first. And figuring out actually how that worked. And actually, I already had magic and I didn't even realise. I just didn't explore the menu.
Right.
So there was a lot of things that required a little bit of patience because you weren't handheld.
Yeah.
Like other games at that era kind of really did. And I was like, oh, shit. I just needed some patience to figure out. So I started bulking out my story, figure out these lot of freaking half werewolves. And I'm like, oh, damn, if I stick in it long enough, I can be a werewolf now. I've still got to figure out what's going on with the Stormcloak Rebellion. All that's playing on my mind. I've got to write emails, folks. I need to go back home and do the Stormcloak Rebellion right now. And it's been a while since a game made me feel like that. And I'm like, that's what all I needed was patience.
And you can own a house. You can get a wife.
Yeah, they just gave me a deed to a house. And there was some lady called Lydia following me around.
Yeah. Oh, Lydia. Lydia can get fucked because she's like the worst.
Does she just get in the way?
No, Lydia's cool. It's just that like you meet so many other companions, companions, not the werewolf companions, the other companions.
Other people that follow you about.
Yeah. You meet so many others that like where Lydia just seems boring.
I must admit, I felt like although it's like I suppose a bit of a quest because I'd leveled myself up a little bit and learned a few skills. When I went to go get that whole Dragonstone thing. To go take back to the Jarl. He was like, oh, you can buy land now and here's a servant. And I was like, it feels like a lot. I mean, I just went and picked up a rock. Like, it wasn't that bad. There was just a few Draugrs in there, but it was pretty easy picking because I'd gone and just kind of ignored what they initially told me to do, which, it just felt illegal before. I was like trying to follow what I was told to do. I was a good soldier, man. Yeah. You weren't there.
How far are you in the companions mercenary thing?
I went to a place to get a thing with like the main dude, and I've come back and I'm officially in the companions because I did that main mission. They gave me a Skyforged steel sword, which I needed a good sword, so shouts out. And that's pretty much what I did it for, because I was like, these mercenaries have some way to give me a sword. Because I was talking to the blacksmith lady and I was like, everything she's got here is shite. She made me forge a dagger. And I was like, I don't want to forge a dagger. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm still trying to learn patience on. But I realised I've got to start talking to random people. My introversion cannot extend to video games. I have to talk to strangers.
You do. Do you know any spoilers about that companions like quest line?
No.
Okay, I'm not going to tell you because that was one of my favourite bits of Skyrim.
Okay.
What you get at the end is like awesome.
Okay, sick.
Yeah, well, I thought so.
It's sick because I know there's lots of different bits. I know there's the whole Stormcloaks thing, and I'm sure there's some way you can be more like Empire aligned or Imperial aligned, maybe.
You can.
And realizing that I do have this much choice in the world, and I was like, oh, here's the appeal.
Yeah, that's it. You
Here's
can
the
like
appeal.
Stormcloaks, Empire. Yeah.
Can you only pick one?
You can.
Can you be a companion and a Stormcloak? Because that's kind of what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Or are all these things at
you
odds?
can. Well, those are kind of like different ones anyway. It's more like the division is Empire versus Stormcloaks.
Yeah. I'm always going to be joining the rebellion, man.
Cool. Yeah. Well, you can kind of do quests for both. I think at some point you need to decide. I think. Damn. I can't remember though.
Because I think there's a spoiler for the Stormcloaks. Are they vampires? Someone's vampires, I know it.
I'm not going to say.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Like the Stormcloaks, no, they're not vampires.
Okay, cool. I know there's vampires about somewhere.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I can tell you who that is if you want.
No, I'm good.
Okay, cool.
I'm good. I'll discover it for myself.
All I'm going to say is it's far away.
Okay.
So it's not like right there in White.
Yeah, I can tell this is a game that I'll be sinking my teeth into for a long time.
Yeah, like I was like 100 hours in or something before I even thought about vampires.
Yeah.
Like that's how far away it is within the map.
Yeah, I just know that it existed because I think because I was early days Xbox 360. It was around my mate's house watching him play it because he had a fully upgraded shout, and we were where the giants hang out with mammoths.
Yes.
We were just fucking around with them.
Yeah.
And he sent one flying and it did a perfect dive into a lake, which was one of our favourite childhood memories. But I then, when I tried to play it for myself, I immediately ran up to a giant thinking I was all that.
Yeah.
And just got clapped.
You make that mistake once. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, man, what is it? Like, and I think I got when I first started to play it, I was terrible. Like, I didn't level up anything. I didn't try anything. I was just, why am I not the GOAT immediately?
Yeah.
And there was the
God of War.
concept. Yeah. Immediately, I was like, I didn't level up. I didn't do this. And there's a lot of self-reflection, not learning. Skyrim's teaching me about life, man.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm going to come out of this a better person.
That's why it gets remastered. Like so many times.
I'm starting to see why, because from an outside perspective, I was like, what is this game? Why do they keep remastering it 1,000 times? I'm not sure any game's gotten that level of treatment.
Yeah, oh no.
In terms of how many remasters. I'm trying to think of what's the closest next thing.
Oh man, maybe like a Final Fantasy?
Yeah, probably. But even that's only got one remake, right?
Yeah, true. I don't know.
Usually things only get one remake, but this is basically every console like version that's come along, it's gotten a new one. So it's got a Switch port, PS4 port, and now I suppose a PS5 port / Xbox port for the newest one. So it's 3 gens that's carried it through.
Mental.
Maybe even 4 if you class handheld consoles, because like Steam Deck and all that. And I suppose it's on PC, so that's another thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it launched on PC, maybe, because it was early days.
What, Skyrim?
Maybe it did.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
So I suppose that's where most of the mods came from.
Yeah. That's where I played it. There is one of the bad things about that idea of like you got to build yourself up is my mate Dan explained this to me, and it's so true. Is that you can like finish a quest line where you become some ultimate GOAT, like you say, of this one thing.
And you're too strong for the other ones.
No, not really. It's more like in the storyline, you should then be world famous.
Oh, you're just
But then you encounter another group and they're like, who are you, young ruffian? It's like, well, I'm the guy who can like murder you in one hit. Have you not heard about me? Like I was just doing all these quests, you know. So that's
so the world doesn't feel as connected in that sense.
Yeah, like in that sense it's a bit silly because you can become an absolute monster because of one quest line, and then another quest line will just like reset it.
I'm always drawn to Skyrim in some ways. I always watch these video essays when people do retrospectives on Skyrim, and they were saying, you know, I think one of them was just like being a Dragonborn is one of the most overpowered things in any video game history.
Yeah.
Although after the first mission where you kill the first dragon, I had a second dragon run up on me on the way to go to the Greybeards, and that thing smoked me like several times. I'm so glad I quick saved before that motherfucker came down on me, because I don't think I have a good way to fight dragons yet. And I'm like, I don't even know how. Tried to shout it, this motherfucker wasn't moving. Tried to burn it, even though it was an ice dragon, didn't work. And my shields don't seem to. I need to level up archery.
Yeah, archery is the way to take down a dragon.
Son of a bitch. Yeah. That's the thing I've been avoiding leveling up. So I was just like, arrows are for pussies, dude. And I was just going at everything with a 2-handed greatsword.
But that's why Skyrim's so good, again, the open world, because you can say, okay, I'm getting fucked by dragons. I need to level up my archery. Or you can go, I don't care about dragons. If I see one, I'm running. And you can just like forget archery altogether and just ignore the dragon fights.
I want more dragon souls, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a conundrum I'll have to face tonight.
True. Yeah, I want to see how you go. Yeah, so that was episode 17 of the Chronically Online Podcast. If you liked what we're doing, if you're into marketing yourself, or if you work in marketing, or if you're a part of a brand and you want to kind of like get more into social media content and stuff like that.
Or an NPC in Skyrim.
Yeah, or if you're that as well, then please give us a like, hit the follow button, subscribe button, and stay tuned because we'll be back with episode 18 of the Chronically Online Podcast. My name is George.
James.
And we'll see you next time.
Peace, y'all.